YouTube Sports Talk. I want to thank all of my loyal viewers for being with me here this morning. We got the NBA draft tonight. I just got word, literally just about an hour and a half to 2 hours ago. The Washington Post said the NBA draft tonight could be crazier than normal tonight. Here's why. They just had the mock draft a little while ago. There's some big name players that could go to some big time teams. I'm not going to go through all the teams. I'm going to go through some of the teams just to kind of give you an idea of where things could stand tonight. Excuse me. But anyway, we have a lot to talk about, and I'm going to be throwing some names at you, and you're going to be surprised about how everything is going to go tonight. First off, the Phoenix Suns. Everybody's got DeAndre Ayton going as the #1 pick in the draft tonight. The center out of Arizona can prove that he can. The Suns need a lot of help. That's all there is to it. They struggled last year, and the Phoenix Suns could use a center, and they can get one in DeAndre Ayton tonight. Ayton is projected to go #1. However, anything can happen. And everybody says, because, face it, Phoenix needs some help. And they can get it in DeAndre Ayton, and it usually can happen, and anything does. Now, the Sacramento Kings, according to this, they've got Marvin Bagley III out of Duke going to Sacramento. Now, Sacramento needs shooting. They need some guys who can shoot the basketball. And Marvin Bagley III is the perfect guy for him. I would like this because I support that. With Duke, if you can get Marvin Bagley to go 2 in the draft, that would be a big, big help. And the bottom line is, Sacramento needs help everywhere. And I think they can get it from him. I really do. However, is there cause for concern? Yes, there is. Sacramento does need help. Marvin Bagley III could be the guy to do it. And the bottom line is, a lot can happen. And I love this pick. I would love this. If Marvin Bagley III goes #2 in the draft tonight, that's going to prove that Sacramento made a very, very wise choice in going with him. And that's all there is to it. Excuse me. You have to kind of bear with me. I do have a cold, unfortunately. Now, another team that's got my attention, if you get out of the 7th pick in the draft, would be the Chicago Bulls. According to the Washington Post, they have Trae Young, the point guard, going to Chicago. I'm not sure that you'd be a good fit with the Bulls, and I'll tell you why. Chicago needs help. This is a good start, but I'm not really sure if Chicago would be right for Trae Young. And if you have Trae Young in Chicago, because everybody's been saying that Trae Young's going to Cleveland, and it could affect the LeBron decision. Do I support this? I'm on the fence with it. However, if the Bulls can get Trae Young, and if he can go higher, I think Trae Young would have a great career. A lot of people have been worried about saying, oh, he's not ready, he's not ready. I still believe he's not, by the way. But it is what it is. And Trae Young has really impressed a lot of scouts and really impressed a lot of people. So I could see Trae Young going a little higher, maybe going to Orlando or Dallas, or even going to Memphis. He can knock Michael Potter down because as it stands right now, the Memphis Grizzlies have the #4 pick in the draft with Michael Potter. And I'm going to tell you, if Trae Young can go a little higher, that'd be great. Now, the 8th pick in the draft, according to the Washington Post, I have a hard time with. I have a hard time with that. Colin Sexton, the point guard out of Alabama. I don't think he should be that high. He doesn't deserve to be there. I think he should be a little bit lower. I say maybe around 11 or 12, maybe with the Charlotte Hornets or the LA Clippers. But I cannot support Colin Sexton coming to Cleveland. Because you know LeBron James is going to want some real help. You know he's going to do anything in his power to get Trae Young. And I think Trae Young would be a better fit in Cleveland than Colin Sexton. Because, let's face it, Sexton is not that good. He came out of Alabama, a football school. Trae Young, okay, the Oklahoma Sooners, they struggled down the stretch. They had an early round exit in the Big 12 tournament. But I think Trae Young in Cleveland would be much better than Colin Sexton. Because, let's face it, if LeBron James, if the Cavaliers want LeBron James to stay, they got to get Trae Young and they got to keep Kevin Love and give him a superstar. But I don't think Colin Sexton doesn't fit that mold. He would not fit well here in Cleveland. I really don't. And the problem is, If you get Colin Sexton with the Cavaliers and try to play alongside LeBron James or Kevin Love, I don't think he'd come out of that well at all. I really don't. Because the bottom line is, they got to show up. Trae Young, I would take Trae Young over Colin Sexton any day of the week. That's all there is to it. Now, the number 9 pick in the draft, I'm going to focus on that for a second. Kevin Knox, the power forward out of Kentucky. I like this because the Knicks need help. I think Kevin Knox going to the New York Knicks would be great. It's perfect. But you got to think about this too. Mikal Bridges of Villanova with the Philadelphia. Now the 76ers have the 10th pick, and they're projected to pick Mikal Bridges out of Villanova, the shooting forward. I think if you think about it, Bridges in Philadelphia would be perfect. But he can move up too. So he might wind up going to the Knicks before this night is over. Kevin Knox can move up too. And I'm telling you, I think if you keep Mikal Bridges in Philadelphia, that would be perfect for him. He's from Villanova. Philadelphia is not that far away from Villanova University. It'd be almost being like home for him. So I will support Mikal Bridges going to the Philadelphia 76ers at the 10th pick in the draft. And they took the 76ers from the Los Angeles Lakers. That tells you something right there. Excuse me. Another team that I got on my watch list, another team that I've been thinking about. The 12th pick in the draft, the 12th and 13th picks in the draft, the Los Angeles Clippers. Now the Clippers took the 12th pick from the Detroit Pistons. Wendell Carter Jr. is projected to go 12th in the draft and go from the power forward center from Duke is projected to go to the Clippers. I love this one for a few reasons. Number one, Wendell Carter Jr. is a power forward. He can really play. Him with Doc Rivers would be perfect. Because you know Doc is a former Duke guy. He has a son named Austin who used to play at Duke. And I think if you give Doc Rivers Wendell Carter Jr., that would be perfect. I like that. For a lot of reasons. Number one, he can play center. He's also a power forward. That is a real big plus for an offensive team like this. And that's all there is to it. And my thing is, if you have him as a power forward going to the Los Angeles Clippers, look out, because the Clippers will compete if you got Wendell Carter Jr. out there. And that's something you might want to think about. Now the 13th pick in the draft, I've been thinking about this too, is Miles Bridges, an offensive and power forward for Michigan State. Miles Bridges going to the Clippers would be great. I like it. This one here is good. I like this one. But if you think about it, Miles Bridges could move up. Doc Rivers really likes him, and that's all there is to it. I could see Miles Bridges going up because he can really shoot the ball. He can play power forward. He's one of the best forwards in the Big Ten. He was Offensive Player of the Year, and that's all there is to it. He's a power forward. He can shoot the basketball just like anybody. He was a leading scorer for Michigan State last year. So Miles Bridges going to the Clippers in the draft would be good. That would be a perfect choice for him. I really do. And I really like that. I would really like that. All right, another one that stuck out to me, and there's a few more. There's at least a couple more in here that really stick out. How about the 26th pick in the draft? Keanu Bates-Diop, the shooting forward out of Ohio State. Now, Keanu Bates-Diop led the Buckeyes in scoring last year. And I'm going to tell you something. Philadelphia can use a three-point shooter and a D-wing guy any day of the week. So Keanu Bates-Diop going to the Philadelphia 76ers would be perfect. And I'm going to be honest with you. I can see Diop moving up a little bit more, moving up higher. Now he might get about a top 15, but I don't see him going to a top 10. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't sell Keanu Bates-Diop short. He really impressed me this season. Now I'm going to leading the Buckeyes. And I'll tell you what, he led the Buckeyes to a shot and led them to the NCAA tournament. Despite 3 losses to Penn State and that loss to Michigan, he led the Buckeyes to an upset victory over Michigan State when the season started. And under first-year coach Chris Holtman, he showed me something. I would have loved to see him stay at Ohio State for another year and a half or another couple of years. But it is what it is. So good luck. As it stands right now, according to the Washington Post, the Philadelphia 76ers have Keanu Bates-Diop going from Ohio State, going to the 76ers tonight. And that's all there is to it. Couple more. There's one other team that I've been thinking about. The reigning NBA World Champion Golden State Warriors. According to the Washington Post, they have Jacob Evans, the shooting forward of Cincinnati, going to the Golden State Warriors. And I'm going to tell you something. The Warriors need some defensive help. They've struggled on defense. Their shooting offense was outstanding, but their defense was bad. But I'm going to tell you something. I will support Jacob Evans going to the Golden State Warriors, because I think it'd be a perfect fit for him. And the Cincinnati Bearcats have prided themselves on playing defense and doing what they have to do. But I'm going to be honest with you. Jacob Evans going to Golden State would be perfect. And that's all there is to it. And with the old NBA draft, and like I've said before, Trae Young going to Chicago, I'm on the fence with that. Colin Sexton going to the Cleveland Cavaliers, I will not support. Because Sexton is not a good point guard. He's pretty decent. He's good, but not great. And I'm going to tell you something. Tonight's NBA draft is going to affect what LeBron James does. Now, how does LeBron James fit in all this? If the Cavaliers can get Trae Young, I think LeBron sticks around. And I know Kevin Love will stick around with or without LeBron. But if the Cavaliers can get Trae Young, I think LeBron James will stay. But if the Cavaliers go with Colin Sexton, LeBron James will be gone. And that's all there is to it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've been thinking about this too. Kevin Knox going to the New York Knicks, I would like that. That would be good for him. I think that'd be a perfect fit for him. He's a shooting forward and a power forward, and the Knicks need help in that department. And Mikal Bridges going as the 10th pick in the draft to the Philadelphia 76ers, the shooting forward, he would really be a big help to the 76ers, because if you get the 76ers, you get them with Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, J.J. Redick, there's a young squad right there. And that could be a young squad that could compete. And if you also get Keanu Bates-Diop, which is according to the latest projections that I have, anything can happen. And if you get Keanu Bates-Diop, there's going to be a starting five right there of young guns. And the young guns would take over for the 76ers. And they really impressed me last year. But it all comes down to one thing. I know it sounds crazy, and I know it's the draft. It all comes down to LeBron James and what he does. Then I'll say it one last time. The Cavaliers would be much better off trying to get Trae Young than trying to go for Colin Sexton, because Trae Young would be a good fit for Cleveland. Colin Sexton, not so much. And I've got some reservations about Colin Sexton coming to Cleveland. He's good, but he's not great. Trae Young would be much better in Cleveland. And that's all there is to it. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you for taking some time with me this morning. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Scott Manning. Just type my name down, look for this pretty face, and you'll see all the sports videos that I have done so far. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I'll have a draft wrap-up tomorrow morning. And I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in here this morning. This is Scott Manning saying thank you so much. Have a great day. Be good. Stay safe. Stay well. And you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody, and thank you.